you had a huge career in improv, and
Yeah, if there's such a thing, but yeah, I was really lucky.
You have a doctorate in improv,
to a
right?
degree, yeah.
How did that start? Because, you say that the camaraderie of basketball, you had a team.
Right.
And that's sort of similar with improv, right? You have a troupe. And
oh, yeah.
How did you find that?
I've always been so lucky to be surrounded by funny people, like my own family, but then my friends growing up, Terry Maher, Ryan Landry, like Brett Becker, who I used to make videos with, like just the funniest guys. Like I've watched videos that I made back then, and they blow me out of the water. Like, I mean, I'm just like, any like proclivity or like instinct I have to be a straight man is from being friends with these guys and just letting them go and just sort of like setting them up. Like they're just so clever, such clever young men. Like their brains just were just rapid fire, and I just would just laugh a lot and trying to make them laugh, and you just sort of like iron sharpening iron. I truly believe that in the back of my head they exist and trying to make them laugh, or the version of them that they are in my head. I'm still friendly with all of them. I still see them whenever I go back to Kansas. Ryan and Terry specifically. Like if I'm doing something that would make them laugh, then I feel like I'm being my
that's your
purist.
standard.
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, I mean, I've acquired people along the way. Certainly, Mick Napier in Chicago, Lorne Michaels, Will Forte, Kristen Wiig, Olivia, my sisters. I've acquired all. I have a Greek chorus in my head that I sort of respond to. Myself being, a version of myself being in there as well.
Sure.
All these philosophies about following the follower in improvisation that matched up perfectly with basketball. For me, the metaphor, the mayhem, the madness that is an ethereal art form, an invisible art form where you're making things up on the spot, it helped having these sort of tenets that I knew from, a sport, again, that you could work on as an individual. I could read all about improvisation. I could, increase my reference level and take in all this information, work on stuff alone. But at the end of the day, how I interact and how I vibe with you in the scene and how we pass the ball back and forth, and when you're hot, feed you, and when I'm hot, know when I got to take it, was all mapped from all these years playing basketball. And I just so I could make sense of it for myself.